The white smoke had barely cleared. Pope Leo XIV stood before the world. He was an American, Cardinal Robert Prevost, an Augustinian. This was a shock to many. The Church, ancient and European, now looked to the New World for its leader. Few understood the currents that had brought him to this pinnacle of power. His election, occurring just before May 2025, was shrouded in the usual Vatican secrecy, but whispers immediately began to circulate. This was no mere caretaker pope. This was a man with a mission, a man who carried secrets within the folds of his new white cassock. The air in St. Peter's Square felt charged, expectant. His first words spoke of unity, in illo uno unum, in the one we are one, a noble sentiment. Yet even then, keen observers noted a subtle shift, a return to older forms, a certain austerity that contrasted sharply with his predecessor. Was this unity to be one of gentle persuasion or of unyielding direction? The Vatican, a city of echoes and intrigue, held its breath, the first American pope. What did this portend for a global church grappling with modernity, with secularism, with internal divisions that ran deeper than many dared to admit? His quiet demeanor, described as shy and reserved, seemed to mask a formidable intellect and an iron will. The true nature of Pope Leo XIV's intentions remained veiled. The first major tremor arrived on May 14, 2025. During a significant Jubilee address, Pope Leo XIV delivered a stunning critique. He spoke of the contemporary Western liturgy. He called it horizontal, flat, and alarmingly unmysterious. These were not the words of a pope content with the status quo. These were the words of a reformer, but a reformer of a very particular kind. He lamented a loss of sacredness, a fading sense of transcendence. He pointed to statistics showing a decline in belief in the real presence. For Leo XIV, the connection was undeniable. The modern Mass, he implied, was failing the faithful. This was more than a critique, it was a declaration. This public pronouncement sent shockwaves through the Church. For decades, the post-Vatican II liturgical reforms had been sacrosanct, or at least fiercely defended. Now the Pope himself was questioning their efficacy, their spiritual depth. He praised the Eastern Catholic churches. He lauded their maintenance of mystery, their profound spiritual traditions. Beyond the liturgy, other aspects of Pope Leo XIV's burgeoning papacy began to draw scrutiny. His appointments were telling. The elevation of figures known for their conservative traditionalist views, such as Cardinal Robert Sarah, signaled a clear direction. These were not men who would champion the liberalizing trends of recent decades. They were men who shared, to varying degrees, the Pope's apparent conviction that the Church had strayed. Each appointment was a carefully placed piece on the grand chessboard of Vatican politics, reinforcing his emerging vision for a more doctrinally assertive and traditional institution. Pope Leo XIV's most shocking secret wasn't a personal failing or a political maneuver. He believed the liturgical reforms after the Second Vatican Council damaged Catholic worship. His conviction was deeply theological and spiritual. Determined to restore what he believed was lost, he challenged decades of practice. Rooted in his Augustinian understanding, this belief defined his papacy. His actions, from vestments to critiques, stemmed from this core belief. The rollback of Pope Francis's policies, especially on the Latin Mass, was inevitable. He saw a church where transcendence was traded for immanence. This was the root of the crisis of faith he lamented. His legacy was forged in this crucible of conviction. Would he be remembered as the Pope who restored tradition or divided the Church? His character was complex. A shy man with an unyielding will, a Pope who spoke of unity but provoked disagreement. Inspired by Leo XIII, his focus was the Church's spiritual life. His actions have profound implications. If he alters the Church's direction, he will redefine Catholicism. His papacy promises intense debate and potential upheaval. Pope Leo XIV is not a placeholder in history. He is a shaping force, driven by deep secrets. His path is set.